So I told you this is a diamond doubleheader. We go from one coach on the diamond to the other. Our good friend Carol Hutchins. Hutch, good morning.
Morning.
How are you today?
I'm great. I'm just driving in. You know, our bus is fixing to leave here in about 20 minutes to take us to the airport.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll get to the games themselves coming up. I just need you to explain to me first and to the fans how seeding works, how a team that played so well, won the Big Ten regular season, how you wind up all the way out west in Tempe. Just explain that to us.
Well, I'll tell you what. First of all, the seedings are not the regular season polls do not do the NCAA justice because that's not the NCAA poll. That is simply coaches poll, and the RPI determines a lot of how you end up seeded. And unfortunately, we dropped in the RPI even during our 20-game win streak because, we were playing some of our opponents whose RPI was very low.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had some losses near at the end that even though Wisconsin's a very good team, their RPI wasn't real high. They'd had a rough preseason start. And Minnesota ended up, one ahead of us in the RPI, and that's how it came down. So once they start shipping you out and you're not in the top 16 seeds, they just ship you.
Gotcha.
They don't care. And so that's kind of how it all works. And, it is what it is. We got a chance to go to somebody else's house and try to knock them off, and got a tough bracket, because I can tell you right now, we're not talking about Arizona State. We're facing a very good San Diego State team.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So we'll come up to that. Let's go back to the Big Ten tournament. Start off first with the game against Illinois. You beat Illinois, and I got a chance to watch that game. And once again, you've been saying this all season. Romo is obviously a superstar, but teams are often not going to pitch to her. Can you make them pay for doing that? And tell you what, Caitlin Blanchard answered the bell once again.
Well, in a very tight game going on against Illinois, we were up 2-1 at the time, and we got something going. And of course, they're going to walk Romo. They're not going to let the best player in college softball beat you. And so Caitlin Blanchard does what she does best. And she wasn't even in the game at the time. We had put Kirshner in to play first base, so we re-entered Caitlin, and she does what she does best. She swung the first pitch and popped it over the fence and gave us what we needed, which was a cushion and a big swing that, hey, we're going at you. So well done by Caitlin Blanchard.
Yeah, and that was the kind of the feel of the game. It was very tight until that moment. But that drama, maybe it prepares you, maybe it grizzles you for another tight game as you in the next contest in the semifinals, you beat Wisconsin 4-3. And once again, I know it wasn't the only big play, but Caitlin Blanchard once again game-winning walk-off single to win the game.
Well, again, we had come from behind. We'd given up a home run in the top of the seventh, and fortunately, we had a leadoff bat. Coley gets on, they walk Romo, and I believe we had an out in there, and then we stole second, third. We actually had to manufacture that run, really set them up for it because they were bunting all the way, and we took advantage of how they play their defensive setup. But in general, that's what you got to do this time of year. Anybody can win. Wisconsin had already shown us what a formidable opponent they are when they were over here a week ago. And we had to really play some good ball. Betson pitched a great game against them to win that game. And a win's a win. At this point of the year, you just want to win games.
We're talking to Michigan softball coach Carol Hutchins here on the Michigan Insider on Sports Talk 1050 WTKA online at WTKA.com. So that sets up the championship round against Minnesota. High drama. Coach, again, and not to make excuses, but I guess I'm just trying to understand, once again, you're the one seed in the tournament, and yet you wind up being the team that plays the game basically a half hour before the championship. Is that ideal? Is that how it's supposed to work out for the one seed?
Well, it's just the setup of the tournament, and honestly, I think we probably prefer that than to play a game and then go sit around.
Okay.
You don't get any. There's no bonus to sitting around and cooling off and starting over. So, again, that didn't bother us at all. I thought it was a great game. It was a well-played game. It was a tight game. They've got arguably one of the best pitching staffs in the country, and we just didn't get some key hits when we needed it. And we're about to get it going in the seventh. They robbed us of a base hit that would have put us ahead going into the bottom of the seventh, and would have scored a run for us. And then they came back out, and you know what? We walked the leadoff batter, which is a sin, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of gave it up a little bit, and that's the way the ball bounces. We took a hard hit ball to second that took a very hard bounce, would have been very tough to handle. So that's the way it came down.
Well,
And really, no shame in losing to Minnesota. They're a great team, and they had a great year. They're hosting the regional, actually. But so it is what it is. Off we go.
I sound like an excuse maker here. I know I do, Coach. I know I do. But you skipped over a part of the game that I thought was pretty crucial, and I thought they got it wrong. If their leadoff, I guess it was the leadoff walk, if that runner wasn't thrown out at second base on a steal attempt, I don't know what it was. We talked about this the other day. And did you get any? Were you able to talk to him about that? I mean, on that play, what did you see? Did you look at it on replay? Is that something that you send in? How does that work?
What I saw on replay was they could have called it either way. And to be honest, we benefited from the same call a game earlier at third base when it could have gone either way. It was a very close play, and that's the way the ball bounces. And it was a tough play and a tight play, but she was safe because the ump called her safe. That's the way it goes.
All right. See, that's why you're the coach and we're just the fans. All right. So you mentioned it before. You said you're going down to Tempe and you're facing a very good San Diego State team. Tell us about the Aztecs and what they bring to the table.
Well, they won their conference league outright, and they have a tough pitcher, a big lefty pitcher that we'll see who throws a lot of off-speed pitches. They're good fundamental softball. They play in a tough league out there, and again, we'll have our hands full against them.
And one of the great things, I suppose, other than you're in the tournament, one of your former players also going to be there as a coach for Dartmouth, Dorian Shaw, in her first season as an assistant with Dartmouth. Yeah,
that's pretty exciting. We're excited to see her, and may or may not get a chance to actually play against her, but we got a lot of kids out there. Jesse Merchant's the assistant at Minnesota. And Kelly Kovac was the head coach at Ohio State in the tournament down at where was I just last week? I don't even remember where I was at Northwestern. So there's a lot of people out there that have Michigan connection, and it's always very exciting to run into them in the postseason or at any time.
All right, Coach. Well, I know you got to get on the bus. I know you guys are headed on out. So good luck. All the games, folks, will be on ESPNU to watch you guys in the regional. I guess my only other question, Coach, as we let you go, is there any chance that beyond this round that you could get that you could have games back here in Ann Arbor?
Well, we'd have to have a lot of things go our way, and most importantly, the only one that I can care about or worry about is we have to win. Mm-hmm. We got to win. And then we're matched up in the bracket against the Florida State regional, and they would have to lose because they're the highest seed. So, we can only control our part. There's a small chance, but I'm certainly not going to worry about that at this point.
Gotcha. All right, Coach. Well, good luck, and we will talk to you again next week.
All right. Thanks a lot.
All right. Thanks a lot. That was Michigan softball coach Carol Hutchins. No nonsense. No nonsense. No, she was out because she was safe because the ump said she was safe.
Yeah, that's a great coach speak, so we appreciate Coach Hutchins coming on. Also, Coach Bakich, when they come on, it's, of course, brought to you by Advantage Sports. Want to take your game to new heights? Advantage Sports on Stadium Boulevard in Ann Arbor is the place to catch the advantage for all things baseball and softball. Advantage Sports carries all the top brands, including Wilson, Demerini, Easton, Rawlings, and Mizuno, offering everything needed to outfit any serious ball player. With indoor batting cages and professional instruction, glove and equipment repair by GP Sports Services, and physical training by Advantage Strength and Conditioning, Everything you need to fine-tune your game is under one roof. Choose to catch the advantage at Advantage Sports on Stadium Boulevard in Ann Arbor. Visit catchtheadvantage.com or call 734-369-4944.
7:48 on a Wednesday morning. We got to get to a break. Again, when we come back, it'll be the recruiting roundup. Then after the recruiting roundup, Marcus Ray. Then after that, we're going to close out the show from 8:30 until the very end with the Michigan assistant basketball coaches, our annual postseason roundtable. So a lot to come. But on the other side, the recruiting roundup. So if you have those recruiting questions, fire them up now. 734-998-1050. Tweet us at Michigan Insider. Tweet me directly at SamWeb77. You can email us at studio@WTKA.com. Back on the other side here on Sports Talk 1050 WTKA, the official voice of University of Michigan Sports.